Amador County's local television network, TSPN. And now back to TSPN News with Tom Slivick. Comprehensive news, because in today's world, you need more than just sound bites. TSPN, streaming on the World Wide Web and on demand at TSPNTV.com. Hi everyone, Tom Slivick, and I'm back with Mayor Daly. Mayor. I blew it, didn't I?
Pick a city manager and
city manager.
Whatever, yeah.
And I got it right before. All right, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe I shouldn't use titles.
It's okay.
Okay, we want to talk a little bit about Jackson. You got some great things coming
Sure.
up in Jackson. We're coming to the time of year when everybody enjoys Jackson a lot.
Yep.
From all over the county as well as away from it. But let's talk about wastewater.
Okay.
First. What's happening with Jackson's
wastewater?
Well,
a lot of things are going on with wastewater. We've been going through our permit renewal over the last few months and working with the regional board on that. And the key issue for Jackson has been, and this is like over the last decade, whether or not we should be discharging our effluent into Jackson Creek because of dilution issues down at Lake Amador because of the potable water use and other things that go on down there at Lake Amador. The first draft of the permit that we received eliminates any talk about us having to be out of the creek on a long-term basis. So that was good news for the city in terms of not having to build a whole irrigation system and pumping and everything else that would have been required to be able to get our water out of the creek during the summer months particularly. Okay. But it does have other requirements because of the water quality issues that we have in Jackson Creek and also down at Lake Amador related to chlorine disinfection byproducts and
what are some of the alternative methods that you could be using? The spray fields, or
well, the spray fields was the key thing that was being looked at. We had cooperation from a nearby ranch owner to be able to spray on his property. A lot of storage, though, and that was one thing that hadn't been completely figured out, is how much storage we would need. So that's on hold as it is right now because we're looking at the other alternatives. Ultraviolet light or a UV system is something that we're looking at for disinfection now that would eliminate the chlorine disinfection from the process, which is good for two reasons. A, it gets rid of the chlorine tanks that we have out there right now.
Okay.
And B, it also eliminates the issues that we have with the chlorine disinfection byproducts.
So it looks like you'll be looking at these alternatives for a while yet? Do you have a,
we're
target date?
The permit goes before the regional board on December 5th or 6th this year. So we will know pretty clearly what we need to do after that hearing in terms of our permit issues and what we're going to need to do. And of course, how that's going to affect our need for revenue and a potential rate increase. Right now, Jackson's fortunate because we have, I think, the lowest rates in the county for wastewater. We're at $29.35 for a single-family dwelling. A couple of the jurisdictions in the county are twice that. In some areas, it's almost $100 a month in some of the smaller areas of the county. We're looking at going probably up into the $50 a month range if the project that we think we're going to have to do gets
Is that to
approved.
get the monies to start for the build out of whatever it is you have to
Yeah, and it's really just for the existing capacity. It's not for any kind of build out or anything down the line.
Probably used the wrong word there.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, we're pretty fortunate that Jackson's treatment plant is only at about 60% capacity right now. So we have room for growth, but we need to make these water quality improvements in order to continue discharging into Jackson Creek.
I think we'll take a break and we'll come back and we can talk about why people might want to get some growth here in Jackson, because they might want to move up to such a great area. And we're coming up the holiday season, the winter holiday seasons, and Jackson's got some great stuff coming up. Mike's going to fill us in. So stay with us right here on TSPN. We'll be back right after the break. You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. Okay, back with City Manager Mike Daly. Okay, Mike, got a lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah.
One of the things, Vista Point,
Vista
That's
Point.
not necessarily holiday related
No,
yet,
no.
but there's people up there planting. What's
Yeah,
going on?
the last 2 weekends, the Rotary Club, led by Keith Sweet, who of course is on their council as well,
Right.
have planted 10,000 daffodil bulbs up at the Vista Point,
Oh.
which is up just below the Ledger Dispatch as you're coming into
Right.
town from the north. All in the area right below the new viewing platform that has the interpretive signage about what you're looking at up in the mountains and history and all sorts of great things. They planted 10,000 daffodils, a few shrubs and things that'll help trail over the walls and things. So the planting is all done for this year. Keith is thinking that 10,000 more bulbs next year might be a good idea too, but I think we're going to have to see how it looks.
See how many 10,000 bulbs look like?
See how it looks in the spring and see how that goes. But it's, you know, we got this grant from the state of California, from Caltrans and the Natural Resources Agency.
Oh, okay.
And it's just been phenomenal how that site has transitioned. It was always a nice place to stop and take a look. A lot of people ate lunch up there, but now it's really
is Jackson Rotary, are they still maintaining it?
Absolutely.
They still kept that.
The Rotary Club is very involved. They were very involved with getting this whole planting thing organized. I think we had over 100 people out there helping with the bulb planting, which was really neat.
I see there's a lot more people that stop by and park in there.
Yeah.
And several people have hit on our website from some of the things, the tailing wheels and the kiosk that has shows a lot of people, and some people have commented like, what other good things are there to do here in Jackson as well?
The history is really coming alive. It really is. The tailing wheel project was fantastic. We just finished the restroom upgrade out there as well.
Okay.
The new dog park is getting a lot of use out there, which has been a popular thing. So.
Okay, so it's a great place to take your dogs.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and we, part of the reason we did that was to, at that location was a good way to get people out there that maybe didn't even know that park existed. So it's been really neat.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, and you got more time coming up. Some parades. Now you
Parades,
were telling me there's
parades, yeah.
There you go, triple parades
I
coming
know.
up. The first one, I believe, is going to be tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, the annual Lions Club Halloween parade for all the kids. Starting out here in front of our fire station at about 5:30.
Right.
And it's kind of an odd parade that just about everybody's in the parade instead of watching the parade. All the parents and everybody just kind of walk along with all the kids. And it ends up down at the Jackson Civic Center. And the Lions Club provides hot dogs and other treats for the kids down there at the Civic Center.
That's always one of my favorites. I love videotaping and talking to kids, and when they're in costumes, it's twice as good.
It really is. They're very animated and love showing off.
Yeah, and a great thing there. So people want to come on down, and I think you just get involved. Although basically, it's the school kids.
It's mainly the school kids, that just come down. And the great thing is the merchants have trick-or-treating pretty much after school up until the parade.
I shouldn't say that's just the school kids. From what I understand, Halloween is now like the second most expensive holiday following Christmas. Adults love it.
There are other things that go on Halloween too. Yeah, there are a lot of parties and things too. But it's a great. The parade has been here for a long time. Right. I know my kids enjoyed it, and looking forward to seeing it.
Right, and they can eat that holiday fare of hot dogs from the Lions.
That's right.
Up at the Civic Center.
Yeah.
Okay, so following that parade,
we've got the big game rally next week.
Okay.
On November 6th on Wednesday night for Argonaut. That's always a fun time. Each class builds a float, and then they have a little pep rally for the football team down there on the steps of the National every year. That's always fun. And then the following Monday, November 11th, is Veterans Day, and American Legion Post 108 is hosting, I think it's the 4th annual now, maybe even 5th, Veterans Day Parade. And last year we had a flyover from the big giant one. Okay,
C-130?
Yeah, C-130. That was really neat, and then the parade.
I was trying to remember what it was. No,
parade was great, and I understand that the Middle Cruise group, the Gold Country Cruisers, are going to have a bunch of cars in it. All the usual other folks, the Fair Foundation and good, all the veterans, of course, which is the highlight. So.
Right, and that's a good parade, and I like Veterans Day. It's the happy day to honor the veterans.
It's quite a thing, and it's really grown each year. More and more people come out for it. It's on a Monday this year. Some people work, but it's at 10 o'clock downtown on Main Street and on November 11th.
And once again, great thing. Come on out here for that, and that's Monday?
Monday the 11th.
Okay,
yeah.
And so we'll get that parade.
Yeah.
And now, after that, I think we're going to be moving into, no parade for it, but...
right into the holiday season, yeah.
Christmas Delights here?
Thanksgiving's later this year, as late as it can be. So Christmas Delights is the 29th and 30th this year, the Friday and Saturday after Christmas. I know that the downtown merchants are participating in the Plaid Friday. It's kind of the local version of the Black Friday event. And then...
which is to try and make sure their books get into the black by
that's right.
buying some stuff, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So one thing that will be new this year is ACRA, which has the facility at the hub. Right upstairs. They're doing a Santa's workshop on during Christmas Lights on both Friday and Saturday, and then also every Saturday in December, so that parents can drop off their kids and then go shop downtown. And they're going to have lots of art projects and other things like that for the kids to be working on while their parents are down shopping on Main Street. So it'll be a really nice thing.
It's a nice place. Pretty centrally located. A lot of kids come up there. There's an after-school program. I know that.
The new after-school program is really neat.
Right.
Yeah, it is. Amateur Arts is very involved with that, and it's been a great program.
Okay. So Santa's Workshop, and that is when is that again?
It's going to be the Friday and Saturday after Christmas. As part of Christmas Delights, and I think that's a full day activity. And then the Saturdays following, leading up until Christmas in the afternoons as well, I think.
Okay, so great time. You can drop the kids off, go shop.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure there's going to be a lot more information coming out about that as we get through November.
What do we know, too? I'm just going to throw this your way, kind of cold. Doesn't really, but will the museum be open on that weekend?
I think it will be. Yeah,
it's open weekends.
It's been open on weekends, and they're all volunteer based. The Historical Society's done a great job getting that up and going, and it's nice to have that asset available for people to come see again.
Yeah, so there's quite a lot to do that day when you come down.
Always.
And for your friends and relatives who haven't had a chance to see things, it's the museum is quite the thing.
It's really nice. They've done a great job. It's interesting that so much of it looks just like it did before.
I love to look at artifacts, from the past and everything. A lot of them isn't necessarily that far back, but you just look at them and bring some nostalgia back to me. And if you haven't seen it, it's a great thing as well. Okay, that's going to bring us into Christmas time for sure.
Yeah, and I know the merchants are excited for this time of the year. Always are. The JBCA has been working on extra activities this year to make sure it's special for everybody that comes downtown. So I know the Christmas decorations will start going up probably the week after the Veterans Day Parade on the 18th, because it takes a while to get those all up.
Who takes care of those decorations?
City Public Works Department. Our elves in the Public Works Departments do all that.
The elves there do that.
They do a great job.
How about for the Thanksgiving ones that are out now?
The JBCA did that
takes care of that
with
as well.
the scarecrows and the corn stalks on the light poles. It looks really festive. It's very nice. Yeah.
Okay, and as far as we've got just a few minutes left. So as far as what goes on politics run on pretty light right now in
pretty quiet.
Jackson?
Yeah, fortunately, it's nothing on the ballot this year, so that'll be nice and smooth. One other thing I wanted to mention was that we have another kind of tourist-related thing. Is we have 2 electric car charging stations that we've put in. One is at the parking lot across the street here at Main Street and Highway 49. Next to the restroom over there, and the other one is in the garage down at the Civic Center. And we still have a couple minor things to work out with a company that we got the grant from to put those in, but those should be up and running within a couple weeks.
Now,
So,
are those where you just charge them if you have a car like that?
plug in
Do
your car.
Do you have
a Chevy
drop
Volt
quarters in or anything like that?
Nissan Leaf. There is a slight charge. It's pretty nominal, and you do it through your smartphone.
Oh,
Yeah, and then you punch in a little code on the machine. So yeah.
okay. So, yeah, the smartphone technology and everything is really moving us.
Yes, it is, and most people that have those kind of cars are pretty well versed or well.
Now, if only they
in
had a
tune
way
with all
to
that.
erase where we're located
Yeah.
right after it finds out where we are located or something.
Yeah.
Or the logs self-destruct in 5 minutes.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Well, that's great. And so, a lot of fun going on here in Jackson. And beautiful weather. We're going to have beautiful weather tomorrow for the parade. Now, once again, I'll tell everybody, invite them
Warming
down
up.
to the Jackson Lions.
5:30 tomorrow night in front of the Jackson Fire Station at the start of it, and then it just goes straight down Main Street, turns a corner around to City Hall,
Follow the crowd.
and follow the crowd. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, and we're going to take a break. Thanks for coming
Great.
by and giving us an update,
Sure,
and
Tom.
especially filling us in for the fun things here in the city of Jackson to do.
You bet.
Stay with us. We'll be back after this break. You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.